Welcome back to Only Talk Sports. So we talk sports every single day, or at least we try to. I'm your host, Jeffrey, and subscribe to the channel if you like sports content. Hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. Week 6 in the NFL season is over, and there were a lot of big games and big results. Let's break all these games down and see what happened. The Washington Commanders beat the Chicago Bears 12-7, and both these teams are now 2-4. Carson Wentz at 99 yards for the Commanders, and Brian Robinson at 60 yards and a touchdown. Chicago Bears Justin Fields at 190 yards, a touchdown, interception, 88 rushing yards. But the Washington Commanders got the win, and they are now 2-4, and that's a good win for them. The Atlanta Falcons 28, the San Francisco 49ers 14, and both these teams are now 3-3. Marcus Mariota for the Falcons at 129 yards and 2 touchdowns, and Jimmy Garoppolo for the 49ers at 296 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. But the Falcons' defense getting those 2 picks was the difference, and that's a really good win for the Falcons. The Patriots beat the Browns 38-15. The Patriots are now 3-3, and the Browns are now 2-4. Jacoby Brissett for the Browns at 266 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions. And Bailey Zappi for the Patriots at 309 yards and 2 touchdowns. And they had a lot of yards on the ground as well. The Patriots played fantastic in this game, and they are now back to 3-3. The New York Jets beat the Green Bay Packers 27-10. The New York Jets are now 4-2, and the Green Bay Packers are 3-3. And for the Jets, Zach Wilson had only 110 yards. And the Packers on Aaron Rodgers at 246 yards and a touchdown. But the Jets had a lot of rushing yards. And obviously, the Jets are playing a lot better on defense this season. They're now 4-2, and the Packers are 3-3. The Indianapolis Colts 34, the Jacksonville Jaguars 27, and the Colts have turned it around. They're now 3-2-1, and the Jaguars are now 2-4. Trevor Lawrence at 165 yards and a touchdown, but Matt Ryan had 389 yards and 3 touchdowns for the Colts, and he played fantastic. They protected him, and now the Colts have looked like they've turned their season around right now. The Minnesota Vikings 24, the Miami Dolphins 16. The Vikings are 5-1, and the Dolphins are 3-3. Kirk Cousins for the Vikings at 175 yards and 2 touchdowns. And obviously, Teddy Bridgewater at 329 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. The Dolphins really need Tua Tagovailoa back because they were 3-0 with him, and now they're 0-3 without him. The Cincinnati Bengals 30, the New Orleans Saints 26. The Bengals are now 3-3, and the Saints are 2-4. And obviously, the Bengals are putting up a lot of points this season with Joe Burrow, and they're playing fantastic on offense. He had, for the Cincinnati Bengals, 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. And on the Saints side, Andy Dalton had 162 yards and a touchdown. For the Bengals to be even better this season and get back to maybe the Super Bowl that they did last year, their defense is going to have to improve. New York Giants, the surprising New York Giants, 24. The Baltimore Ravens, 20. The Giants are 5-1, and they're playing fantastic. Daniel Jones at 173 yards, 2 touchdowns. Saquon Barkley at 83 yards and a touchdown on the ground. They're playing fantastic football on offense and defense. Lamar Jackson at 210 yards, a touchdown, and interception. For the Ravens, and Kenyon Drake had 119 yards and a touchdown, but it was not enough. And the Giants got the win, and they're now 5-1. The Steelers 20, the Buccaneers 18. The Steelers are 2-4. And the Bucs are 3-3, and obviously the Buccaneers are struggling a little bit this season. They've had some injury issues, but they're not playing the highest level of football as they haven't had in the past. But the Steelers did get the win, 20-18, a very good win for the Steelers. Obviously, Kenny Pickett had 67 yards and a touchdown, and Mitch Trubisky had 144 yards and a touchdown, so they both had a touchdown pad with the Steelers. And Tom Brady had 243 yards and a touchdown, but they fell just short against the Steelers. The Los Angeles Rams 24, the Carolina Panthers 10. The Rams are 3-3, and the Panthers are 1-5. The Panthers are really struggling. Obviously, Matt Rule is gone. P.J. Walker had 60 yards through the air for the Panthers because Baker Mayfield is out, and he didn't do too much because they were playing very conservative. And obviously, they had an incident with Robbie Anderson, and they kicked him off the team even though he was just upset because he wasn't getting the ball thrown his way. The Panthers are really struggling this season. The Rams took advantage of Matthew Stafford at 253 yards, a touchdown, and interception, and they moved to 3-3 on the season. The Seattle Seahawks 19, the Arizona Cardinals 9. The Seahawks are now 3-3, and the Cardinals are now 2-4. The Seahawks have had their struggles this season, but they've also played decent football at times. Kyler Murray for the Arizona Cardinals only had 222 yards and an interception, and Geno Smith had 197 yards, but the Seahawks put up more points than the Cardinals, and they got the win. The Buffalo Bills in a classic beat the Kansas City Chiefs 24-20. This was a fantastic game. The Bills are playing fantastic football. The Chiefs are playing fantastic football. The Bills are now 5-1. Josh Allen at 329 yards and 3 touchdowns, and Patrick Mahomes at 338 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. This was a fantastic game. If Mahomes hadn't had the 2 picks, they might have won, but the Bills got the win 24-20, and both these teams might be playing each other again in the playoffs if they can go get there again. The Philadelphia Eagles 26, the Dallas Cowboys 17. The Dallas Cowboys with Cooper Rush magic finally stopped. He'd won 4 in a row, but they did not get the win this time. He had 181 yards, a touchdown, and 3 interceptions, so Cooper Rush did not play as well. But on the Eagles side, Jalen Hurts at 155 yards and 2 touchdowns, and the Eagles are playing fantastic, and they're the only undefeated team left in the NFL, and they're playing fantastic. The Eagles are 6-0. And on Monday Night Football, the Los Angeles Chargers 19, the Denver Broncos 16. The Chargers are 4-2, and the Broncos are 2-4. Obviously, both teams' offenses struggled. This game went to overtime, and the Chargers got the win. Justin Herbert at 238 yards and an interception, but Dustin Hopkins' field goal at the end got the win. And for the Broncos, Russell Wilson had 188 yards and a touchdown, but the Denver Broncos offense really stalled after the first quarter, and the Chargers played very well. So it was a good win for the Los Angeles Chargers and moved to 4-2. Comment down below what you think about Week 6 in the NFL and what you think about what's going to happen in Week 7 and what teams are going to be able to make the playoffs and who aren't. Subscribe to the channel if you like sports content. Like this video down below, and I will see you next time.